Okay, we're now going to go over admitting and discharging a patient. You can admit and discharge a patient from inside the note or outside the note. I like to do it from inside the note because I generally dispo the patient as I finish my chart. Lots of people will finish their charts at the end of their shift, or they'll do the dispo while the scribe is finishing their chart, and that's fine. If you're going to do that, then you can dispo them outside of the chart. Um, I'll show you how to do both. If you haven't watched the video on documentation, then it might seem a little strange doing it from inside the note, but you'll catch on after you've watched everything. So let's first start with doing it from outside the note. You would do it as an order. You go to add order. Remember, your screen might look like this, so you'd go to TMC common orders, and then you would look at these different orders down here. You have discharge, home, which is going to be your most common for, and sorry again, I'm pretty tired, 4 in the morning now. So let's say you chose a discharge home, and you could assign it and they go home. Done. You can finish your note later. But let's say you wanted to put a little details on how they went home. Remember, I just single clicked and it brought up the options. I drug this up. You could discharge them home as an AMA by choosing this option, or to a psych facility if you're going to discharge them to a psych facility instead of transferring them. Those are your different options. So discharging is really easy. To admit somebody, you're going to have to choose two different things. You have to do your decision for admission, which is the time you decided to admit somebody, and the AOT. So your decision is right here. You click on it, and you got to fill in what's missing. I clicked on it, and I hate the spacing of this thing. It doesn't give you any room, so now I've got to drag it up.
Dr. Darrigan, you have a phone call?
Hold on one second. Hey guys, can you take a message for me? So I'm going to do, let's say, med unit with Telly. There is that part done, or you could just do regular floor, medical unit. You could choose the ICU, which I think critical care unit, and intermediate care step down. Hold on one second. Just pretend like you're me. I know, they just want to tell me it's negative. Sorry about whoever's listening to this video trying to work and do this. So there's your decision to admit. You can fill in the time right here. So then we've got to click home and go back to the AOT. The AOT is what gets you the bed. So admission, order, and transfer. So you click on it, and you're going to click again one time, and then drag it up, and fill all that in. So you have to, if you hit T when it's highlighted in here, it'll put in the date, so you don't have to type out the date. If you go over to the time, if you just hit N for now, it'll put in the exact time. And then you want to put OBS or inpatient. You can choose again if you want tele or med surge. Let's just do tele. The diagnosis, let's say it's a chest pain patient. And the attending, so you need to put whoever the attending is. Let's say it's Dr. Garvin. His name pops up here. Estimated length of stay for OBS is less than 2 midnights. And then even though this isn't highlighted, the hospital wants us to do the suggested placement. Again, even though you have it in the decision and you have it over here, they will not give us a bed unless we put it in here again. They want us to be sure 3 times, I guess. It's stupid. So now you have your AOT. But it will not let you sign it because you have to right click and again say who the ordering physician is that wants the bed, because we as ER doctors cannot order a bed. So you go up to AOT, you right click, order physician, and see my name is going to come up here. We don't want that. So you click the verbal with the readback, and then I'm going to put in Garvin again. Now I can get a bed in. Let's say I didn't do that right the first time. Let's say let's keep it as mine, and I try to sign. It's not going to let me sign. It's saying I need to update the AOT. So that's when I would do like, oh crap, let me go back. You right click on it, ordering physician, make sure it's the verbal with readback, and then put in Garvin so it matches the other one. So I'm going to X out of that. So that would be easy and nice if that's all we had to do. But it's not. We put in bridge orders here to get the patients upstairs a little bit quicker. So I'm going to take you through that now. So I'm going to do my decision for admission first. Hit it once, drag up, medical unit with tele. Go back home. Now instead of doing this AOT, I'm going to skip it. Because in the bridge orders here, you see the bridge orders, it's going to have the AOT in it. So I'm going to click on bridge orders, and it's just like a different kind of order set. There's only a few things we have to do. You can do as much or as little as you want. I recommend doing a little bit and then adding things on certain basis, but you don't want to get the hospital spoiled that you're doing complete orders. So you can do a diet or you can remove a diet. Diet's easy. I'm just going to right click on it once, modify, and I'll give this patient a cardiac diet. If it's a diabetic patient with some weird restrictions, I'm just going to unclick it and not worry about it. Here's the AOT. It's already clicked. It's got the X. All I have to do is right click and fill it in. I have to hit it, click it a couple times to bring all this up, unfortunately. I'm going to fill this out again. OBS, tele, chest pain, Garvin, less than 2 midnights. And then again, even though it's not highlighted, suggested placement, tele. While this is highlighted, I'm going to right click, order physician, verbal order with readback, and put the correct attending. I'm spelling it wrong. And hit OK. So now I can see let's just go through and see what the things they have. They've got antibiotics, they've got heart failure order sets, they've got fluids. During the day, I'm not going to do any of this stuff. They have plenty of hospitals here that can do those orders. And same thing at night. Sometimes if I really like the patient, I'll go ahead and just click some pain meds here, like morphine. Hit this and bring it down to 4. Or some Zofran. Or if you know they're going to be an ER hold, it's nice to do. The other time I really recommend doing some orders is if it's a surgery patient and it's night and the surgeon's at home and you don't want them to be called all night. If it's a urology patient, anything that it's not a hospitalist patient basically. You want those attendings to appreciate you and to not give you a hard time when you admit things, and giving them some order sets that'll get them through the night will really help. So you might want to, in those cases, click some fluids and pain meds, some Tylenol. So I'm going to go ahead and click orders for signature. And now I've got my basic orders, my bridge orders. If I wanted to add a couple more things before I hit sign, I would just add just normal add thing here, and then I could make them a DNR. I guess I got to do not resuscitate. I could say MPO after midnight. So these are all things that will go into the admission orders. So I'm going to cancel out of these. I don't want to actually sign these orders. And so that's how you do your admission and discharge. Now let's say I wanted to do it from inside the note. I've already started a note on this patient. You can see it's yellow. I could double click on here. I don't like doing that because it doesn't make it full screen. So I usually just go to the documentation tab. Here's my note that's not signed yet. So I'm going to go into the note. I'm going to go down here to the impression and plan. I would finish my note before I did this, but just pretend like all this is done. This is the last thing I'm going to do. From here is the launch disposition order. So you click on this and you are basically back to your order screen. You can see all the orders that have been done in this patient. So I'm going to go to add. And we're right back to where we were before. I could just click discharge. I could do the decision for admission. If I'm going to admit them, got to drag it up. Go back to home and then do the bridge orders. Just like you would. I'm going to remove everything just to make things go quicker. You already know how to do it. And then you would hit sign. And once you sign, it was going to take you right back to your note. And from there you could sign your note or you could save and close your note. So again, if you want to do it inside your note, you just scroll to the very bottom, launch disposition order, go to add, and you can discharge them home or you can do your decision and admission with the bridge orders and the AOT inside the bridge orders. So now you know how to do that from inside and outside the chart.